All right, so here we have an example on investment analysis. So an investment advisor currently has two types of investments available for our clients. A conservative investment A that pays 5% per year and a higher risk investment that pays 10% per year. Now they may divide investments between the two to achieve any total return desired between 5 and 10%. However, the higher the desired return, the higher the risk. How should each client invest to achieve the indicated return? So this is going to be our table we're going to look at. So the total investment for client one is 20,000, client two is 50, client three is 10, and annual return we desired is 1,200, 3,750, and 900. And these are the rates they want. Okay, so this is kind of our table that we need to start with making our kind of our equations first and then our matrices second. So let's let x1 equal the amount invested in A by a given client and x2 be the amount invested in B by a given client. And so then we have x1 plus x2 is equal to the total invested. And then we multiply it times the percent is going to give us the total annual return that's desired. So written in matrix form, we have 1, 1, 0, 0.05, 0.1, then x1, x2, k1, k2. Again, this all depends on the values that we're looking at here. Now, we're assuming here again that A inverse exists. So then all we'd have to do is multiply that A inverse times B to find X. Now we find A inverse by starting with the augmented matrix AI and proceeding as we did in 4.5. And so, we're going to take 20 times this row plus that row and, or times row 2 and then make it the new row 2 and so on. Or you can take 0.05 negative times the row 1 plus this row. And we just work our way down with all the row operations. And we get A inverse is this. And then we're going to take that times B, whatever the K1 and K2 are. And again, that's going to give us our X1 and X2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to plug in each client's individual problem and go from there to solve what the X's are after we've replaced the K1 and K2. So with client one, they had $20,000 to invest and they want a return of $1,200. So when we multiply that out, that's going to be 16,000 and 4,000. So X1 is going to be 16,000 in investment A and 4,000 in investment B to get that 1,200 return off of the 20,000. Client two, on the other hand, they wanted $50,000 invested and they wanted a return of 3,750. So when you multiply that out, you get 25,000 in A and 25,000 in B. And then client three, they wanted 10,000 invested with a $900 return. That gives us only 2,010 in the investment A and 8,000 in investment B. So not quite as high, okay, as far as the higher risk. But that's how it is, and that's why we can use this to figure out what we need. All right, so that's all I have for this. I'll come back with some exercises.